Johnny's not here this way. We know the stream is not going to have good quality, so it gets off the line now with Kalik in P2. Now Hasnain surprisingly in P4 with a shield drive and the Force India in P5. Odoms in Greenwich Beer in P11, so very far down for both championship rivals. Oh, it's good again now, but we hope it stays good, because otherwise we're gonna have to end the stream there. But let's see how it goes. This is gonna be a very interesting race, so we hope it all plans out to be perfect with the stream. Many people getting removed from the formation, but doesn't affect any extent. Weaving on back, get temperature up, tires, as now the game takes control of their cars, with Illuminati approaching his grid slot in P1 of the grid. First pole position for him of the year. Can we have a seventh different winner by the name of Illuminati 1512? We'll have the Haas lines up on pole and the Mercedes in the back of Swam. As Swam lines up on the grid in P13, our Francis. And we are getting ready now for the Canadian. We have 5 red lights. It is lights out and away we go. Illuminati gets off the well, and so does the other Haas. Haas 9, is he going to go up the inside? No, he's not. We have the two McLarens there tangling in the back. That is Tom Killer and someone else. But we have a guy disappearing there. Odem's up into P4. There's a Haas squabbling. That's Haas 9 and Kalik Rist. Kalik Rist in P2 with Illuminati holding on to the lead. Haas 9 in P3, so no. But Odem's up into P4. Oh, Odem's is back. Odem is round. I think that was Bensei and someone else tangling in P10. So not a very good start for all three of them. The Bensei is up into P4 now, but Odem's down to last. He showed very good pace in qualifying, but now he's down to last. He has to make a very good comeback to get some points for top 5. We have Francis now going up the inside of Alex Kill. He moved on the head, but we'll have to wait and see those by side for both of them. Who's going to have the upper hand on the straight line speed? I think it's going to be Francis Jessica on the Sauber, braking for the chicane now. He's going to make the move done. Yes, he is. Yeah. Oh, going over children. 4 wide now, going into turn 1. Let's see how this pans out. Get up into P6. We have Vitanov down to P11 then. Many drivers off the track there. Guinness down to P7. We have so much black here, and shield drive is round. Maledictus is, I believe, many crashes here in the opening laps. Alice Killer is in the pits with shield drive still. Holds down P3 to P12. With the Guinness down to P. So it was Tom Killer up into P6. He got the advantage out of all this, and he's now 1 place beyond Greenwich Beer. He has passed in order to do some championship. Francis goes one. He's gonna have the upper on his Mercedes teammate on Vitanov. Down the hairpin we go. Is Swam gonna make the move down on the super softs? I don't think he is. Vitanov gets the better exit, and Swam has to back out. Down to P, and he goes. But now the battle for 7 between Guinness and Francis. Francis goes up. He's going back out. Oh, yes, he is. Illuminati is the quickest lap. He's pulling away from Kalik Rist, but Hasnain is not going anywhere. He's right behind Kalik Rist. Let's see if we are going to have a 7th different winner here. But Oda, a bit of oversteer there in turn 6. And now Chill Drive changing his wing. Alice gets the position. Mattis picks up a 3-second penalty and is now looking at his mirrors, looking to Odem's car. He did the fast time. So he's gonna have a lot of pushes. Predicted 9 up into P3. The Bentley down to P4. The hair from Hasnain. The Haas up into P3. Francis now on the hairpin. Is Guinness gonna make the switch back? Swan retired from the session. What's happened to him? Not sure. I think he just pressed the button. But yeah, very interesting. Guinness now and Francis has DRS away. With Guinness down to P8, the battle for 7th continues. Why Swam has retired, very unfortunate from him. But Kalik now up into P2, he's passed Hasnain, I think Kalik raced and then he's got passed again. So the Bense tries to go around the outside, that's not happening, says Hasnain. Odem's up into P10, then he finally gets past Maledictus. And he's now looking at Vitanov's Mercedes. We have more changes then. In the top 3, the Bense looked for a move on Hasnain, but Hasnain defends yet again. So we're gonna keep an eye out for this. But we still have the battle for P7 and 9. We're gonna keep an eye out for Odoms charging down the field. He's currently in P10, and the footage is down again. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try to fix it. We are gonna have the ERL F2 highlights, so you can all watch the race from there. But unfortunately the stream is not working right now, so I think I'm gonna have to end it. But Odom's now right behind Vitanov, and Vitanov is down to P10. Odom's up into P9, and up ahead is Guinness. So Guinness in P8. Francis has pulled away just a bit, with Hasnain, Calacrist and the Bense all very close, juggling for position. This is a battle for P2. Hasnain goes very wide. Is the Bense going to go up the inside into P3? Yes, he is. Into turn 6. Can he get it in there? Yes, he can. Around the outside. Hasnain down to P4. And Greenwich is not that far back either on the soft tyre in P5. He's looking very good. But Hasnain starting on the worn ultra soft tyres. I think he's going to start to go off a bit, and the Bense already pulls away. So let's see if he can line up a move on Calacrist for P2. Greenwich are very close to Hasnain, with Tom Killer 3 seconds behind. As it stands now, Greenwich is going to have a 11 points lead from Warlock. Tom Killer, I think, is going to be level on points with Warlock Mania. But Warlock has to miss another race, so I think Warlock is going to be down to P3 or even P4 if Chill Drive gets a very good result. But Chill Drive is currently in P13, so he's going to need a miracle. We don't have any safety cars, so I don't think anything is going to happen with Chill Drive. I don't think he's going to get many points, if any. But we still have this battle for P2. Guinness up the inside on Francis. Francis is AI. I'm not sure what's happening there. But Odoms now is going to pass him as well, is he? Odoms down to the inside in turn 6. Francis is AI yet again. I'm not sure what's happening with Francis. He was AI in Monaco as well, if I can remember correctly. So this hasn't helped him at all. I'm not sure why he's paused his game. Maybe he needs to go somewhere. But Calacrist now desperately defends from the Bense on the Williams for P2. This is going to be an all-race battle between the Toro Rosso, the Williams, and the Red Bull of Greenwich Beer. The Bense down the inside then on the chicane, very close to each other. Calic in P2. The Bense picks up a penalty, but he's going to pick up P2 as well then from Calacrist. Very good exit from the chicane, and down the inside he goes in turn 1, squeezes Calacrist out, and up into P2 he goes. Oh no, they spun, they've crashed together. Calacrist is tangled with the Bense, the half spun. Illuminati picks up a penalty, then he's in the lead, but the Bense gets the move done on Calacrist. Calic from P2 goes to P5 after a crash with the Bense. Maledictus is in the pits with Alex Killer moving up into P11. Odoms is up into P8 with Guinness still ahead of him. But Guinness looks like he's all over the place. Let's check again what's going on for this battle. Gaps are starting to be created with Hasnain. He seems to be faster than these guys on the first stint, but remember Greenwich BA is on the soft tyres. Illuminati 4.1 ahead of his teammate Hasnain. But is the stream down still? Or is it good now? I think it's still down. But Odoms makes the move down on Guinness. Odoms up into P7. Guinness down to P8. He's looking very quick as Odoms. Next up is Tom Killer. Now this is going to get very hard for Odoms. P3 in the standings is ahead of him. And then he has Calacris, Bense, Greenwich Beer, and Hasnain to pass to go to P2. But Greenwich Beer on the soft tyre. He looks so quick. He's keeping up, or even goes quicker. Oh no, chill drive. I think that's Bense in the wall. Bense has retired from P4 in this race. He's going to score 0 points. He's retired in turn 7 in the middle sector. We saw him flying, but I'm not sure if that was actually the case. I'm not sure what's going on. He's definitely retired from this race from P4. Kalik now up into P4. Odoms up into P6 already. After 8 laps from his crash. He's slowly gaining on Tom Killer. Alice now in the points in P10. With Greenwich Beer still there with Hasnain, about 6 tenths the gap. These are the only 2 battles we have right now. Tom Killer versus Calachrist. Greenwich Beer picks up a corner cutting penalty. This is not going to help him at all. He's only just 3.1 ahead of his rival, Tom Killer, who is in P5. He's battling with Calachrist. Let's see how this pans out. Both Greenwich Beer and Tom Killer. Greenwich Beer up the inside. He passes Hasnain. Hasnain down to P3. Greenwich Beer gets the move done on the soft tyre. And he's only... So we'll see towards the end. Very brutal track for corner cutting penalties. But Tom Killer now and Calachrist. Tom Killer down the inside, coming to the chicane. He's made the move done already. Tom Killer up into P4 on the soft tyre as well. Illuminati is in the pits. Race leader Illuminati is now in the pits. What tyre is he going to fit on? He fits on the ultra soft tyres, so he's not going to the end. He's not doing the one stop. I don't think this is going to favour him. He rejoins in P9 behind Vitanov. But let's see, this is a very interesting strategy, a very aggressive and fast strategy from Illuminati. But is he going to be quicker than the one stop? I don't think so. Greenwich Beer in the lead. I know, Falcon, we cannot see anything. It's my internet, I cannot help it. We've restarted the stream 3 times now. So I cannot help it. Illuminati right behind Vitanov. Is he gonna make the move done? He needs to. He's just pitted for fresh rubber. He wants to spend as less time as possible behind the Mercedes of Vitanov. He's not doing so though. Odoms up the inside on Calachrist. Both of them side by side to the last chicane. Odoms up into P4. Calec in the pits. A very aggressive move from Calachrist. They're very dangerous. Hasnain in the pits as well. So Hasnain and Calachrist both in the pit lane. It's going to be very interesting to see what tyres they put on his ultra softs for Hasnain as well. Guinness picks up a penalty. Hasnain is changing his front wing. Calec is putting on super soft, so I think he might just be going to the end. But yeah, I'm not sure. Very interesting for all 3 drivers that have pitted so far. We're all opting for the one stop, I believe. Vitanov picks up another penalty. With Odoms almost right behind Tom Killer. So it was 4 seconds the gap about 3 laps ago. Now it's 1.2 on lap 11. And Greenwich Beer is in the lead right now on the soft tyre. Tom Killer on the soft as well in P2. So the two championship rivals in the top two. Odom's last pole sitter in Monaco. He two-stopped his way to P2 out of his teammate Francis, who's currently in P5, is still AI. So I'm not sure what's going on. Really hope he fixes it soon, because he's losing a lot of time. But yeah, let's see. He's back again. He's cutting the last chicane. Odom's right behind Tom Killer. 4 tenths the gap. He's got 8 tenths from the hairpin to the first corner of lap 12. So 3 tenths the gap now, heading into the second sector. I think we're going to see a move done here for P2. Odom's on the super soft rubber. We got Tom Killer on the softs. Will be interesting to see if Odom's is going to stretch them out to do the one stop. Tom Killer, a very weird line there through the chicane. Is Odom's going to go for it? Odom's up into P2, heading into the hairpin though. Tom Killer has the inside line. He's going to stick it in there. He's going to stick his nose in. Side by side, contact between them. Odom's gets the better line. Tom Killer down to P3. And in the straight, I think Odom's is going to have the DRS. Yes, he does. So up into P2, Odom's goes down to P3, is Tom Killer. Tom Killer loses a position to TS Odom's. Odom's now is gonna hunt down Greenwich Beer for the lead of this race. He needs to conserve his tyres though. He needs to do the one stop if he wants to stay in this and get the win of the race. Spanish GP winner TS Odom's is looking very good in the standings, only racing in 3 races so far, only joining 3 races ago. Greenwich Beer on the grass there, 2.7 the gap now to TS Odom's. Falcon, I've redone the stream 3 times already, mate, so I'm not doing it again. I know the stream is going to be down. Francis in the wall. Francis loses his front wing. And he's now down to P9. Oh no, he's tangled with Alice Killer. Alice Killer has tangled into Francis Jessica. What has gone on there? Alice Killer has lost a bit of his front wing. Tangling with Francis in turn 4 or 5. I don't think he saw the Sauber driver. And they've crashed together, both of them with half a front wing. And both of them having to pit at the end of this lap. Meanwhile, Odom's 2 seconds behind Greenwich Beer. Fastest lap from Odom's, lap 14, 13.8. Marginally quicker than his other quickest lap, I believe. Maledictus is in the pit lane for ages there. He's AI. He's given up on this race. 1.9, the gap is under 2 seconds between Odom's and Greenwich Beer. Guinness is in the wall. Guinness has retired from this race. He's retired in the first sector, turn 4. Illuminati goes up into P4 now, with Tanover up into P5, with Guinness tumbling down the positions. He's lost his front right, left, with Francis Jessica in the pits and Alice Killer as well. Maledictus has got another penalty. Chill drive up into P10 now, so he will score points if he doesn't retire. Francis exits the pits with Alice Killer in P8 now. But let's see, 1.2 between Greenwich Beer and TS Odom's. Let's see how this goes. I think I'm gonna end the stream because there's nothing going on. I'm gonna do the highlights, and that's where you will see this race. I don't think there's any other way. But yeah, we're gonna stick on board with TS Odom's, who is 8 tenths behind Greenwich Beer. Calicrest 4 tenths behind Vitanov as well. Tom Killer picks up a 3-second time penalty which is not going to help him at all for the finishing result. Calacrist is going to go down the inside on the soft runner of Vitanov. Yes, he is. Going to be side by side, a bit of contact there on the chicane. Oh, and Vitanov is in the wall. Vitanov has hit the wall, and I think he's got damage. Yes, he has. He has got damage on his left front wing, and he's locked up into the hairpin. He's in the wall. Greenwich Beer is in the pits now. So Greenwich Beer pitting right when Odoms was about to pass him. And what tyres has he fitted on? I believe it was the Super Softs. Yes, it was. So Super Softs, he's got the softs to lap 16. So he has to do 20 laps on the Super Soft. It's going to be very interesting to see how he does that. It's only 6 tenths behind Alice Killer. Vitanov still in the pit lane, with Hasname picking up a 3-second time penalty, as does Francis, who's now 3 tenths behind Alice Killer. Oh, he's going to go for it into turn 1. Alice Killer down to P8. Very brave move there from Francis. And going to let him through. No, he's not. There's a bit of lag there. So Francis up into P7. Very late on the brakes, on the ultra softs, but still very brave line and braking for turn 1. Vitanov picks up another penalty, as Odoms is still staying out on the super softs. So I think he might just be going on the ultras for the last stint. Otherwise he would have pitted already for some softs.